Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Today we shall be looking at some revision questions on algebraic expression and equation involving fractions. Here we have the number 1, 2x minus 1 over 10 plus 5 minus x over 15. Look at how we tackle the questions. Number 1, we have 2x minus 1 over 10 plus 5 minus x over 15. Whenever you have an expression like this involving fraction and you do not have equal sign, the first thing you do is to find the LCM of the denominators. Of course, the LCM of the denominators here is 30. That is the LCM of 10 and 15. All right, so you write 30 as the LCM. Then you now use the process of solving simple fractions in tackling this. That will now be 30 divided by 10 will give us 3. 3 multiplied to x minus 1 will give us 3 bracket 2x minus 1. I repeat that again. 30 divided by 10 will give us 3. 3 multiply this expression, that's 2x minus 1, is the same as 3 times, you put the expression in bracket, that's 3 bracket 2x minus 1. That means the same thing as 3 multiplied 2x minus 1. Then we now go to the next fraction, plus 30 divided by 15 will give us 2. 2 multiply 5 minus x will give us 2 bracket 5 minus x. That is exactly the step to take. Then we now go further to open the brackets. 3 times 2x will give us 6x minus 3 times 1 will give us 3 plus 2 multiply 5 will give us plus 10 because 2 times 5 is 10. Then plus times minus will give us minus. Then 2 multiply x will give us 2x all over 30. All right, so what we have to do here is to collect like terms. The ones with similar alphabets should be grouped together as like terms. As you can see here, 6x and minus 2x are like terms. So we'll bring them together. Then the numbers minus 3 plus 10 will be grouped together as well because they are like terms. They do not have alphabets. All right, so now we have it as 6x, collecting like terms, minus 2x. Then we have minus 3 plus 10. That is collection of like terms all over 30. Then from here, we can bring together the like terms. 6x minus 2x will give us 4x. Then minus 3. Remember, most students make mistake here. They ignore the sign of that particular number in question. Some of you will do it this way by saying 3. You now write minus 3 plus 10. They will say minus 13. Doesn't work that way. What we have here is minus 3 plus 10. As you have minus 3 plus 10, you can also represent this by writing plus 10 minus 3. That means interchanging the two numbers, letting plus 10 come first and minus 3 coming second. Remember that plus 10 and 10 is the same thing because both are positive numbers. So 10 minus 3 will give us 7. All right, so as you have it, minus 3 is just like someone owing 3 dollars or naira, as the case may be, plus 10. So you are owing 3 plus 10 means what you have, minus means what you are owing someone. So minus 3, you are owing 3, plus 10, you have 10. So when you pay the person from what you have, that is 10, 7 will be left with you. So that will be plus 7 all over 30. And there is nothing we can do further here. This becomes the answer to the question. 4x plus 7 all over 30. And that is the solution. That is the solution to the question. 4x plus 7 all over 30. That is the solution to the first example. Now let's move to the second example. Then second example, we have m plus 1 all over 3m minus 1. plus m over m plus 1. Whenever you have an expression involving fraction like this one, we still use that same method we use in solving the first one by finding the LCM of the denominators. But this kind of question normally confuses students because we no longer have a single numbers as we have these ones, whole numbers. We now have an expression as denominator. So to find the LCM of 3m minus 1 and m plus 1, what you do is that you group both of them in brackets. That is by saying 3m minus 1, m plus 1. So this is the LCM of these two things. So whenever you have this kind of challenge, all you need to do is to group each of those expressions, bringing it together as a product that represents the lowest common multiple, which we call the LCM. All right, so the LCM, which is 3m minus 1 in bracket, then m plus 1 in bracket, divided by this. That is by saying the LCM, which comprises of the whole of this. That's by writing 3m minus 1, then m plus 1 as your LCM, then divided by 3m minus 1. That will now be this cancel this. What are you left with? M plus 1. That's what you'll be left with. So what do we do in this case? Just like the way we did this one, the LCM divided by 3m minus 1 will leave us with what? M plus 1. So m plus 1 times m plus 1. That will now be, we put in both of them in bracket, that will now be m plus 1 times m plus 1. That's how you group it. I repeat again, the LCM, which is bracket 3m minus 1, bracket m plus 1, which is your LCM, divided by 3m minus 1. That 3m minus 1, cancel 3m minus 1, you are left with m plus 1. So m plus 1 times the one you have here with something as m plus 1. That will now give you the bracket of both of them, represents the multiplication. Then plus, we go to the next one. The LCM, which is 3m minus 1, m plus 1, divided by m plus 1. That is to say this one and this one cancel out, remaining this one. So what is left? 3m minus 1 times m will give us something as m bracket 3m minus 1. So that is exactly what you do in opening the bracket now, is what we have left. I repeat again, the LCM divided by this will be left with this m plus 1 times m plus 1. That is exactly what we have here, plus then the LCM divided by m plus 1 cancel m plus 1, you are left with what? 3m minus 1. 3m minus 1 times m will be like m bracket the whole of this. So let's now open the bracket. This one is more of an expansion. Recall we've done something on expansion, m plus 1. So you have to expand it. That's by using m to multiply everything here. That's by now saying m bracket m plus 1. Then plus 1 will now multiply plus 1 bracket m plus 1. Then you open the bracket. M times m will give us m squared. M times 1 will give us m. Then 1 times m will give us what? M. Then 1 times 1 will give us what? 1. So when you look at this, the like terms here is this m squared. M plus m will give us 2m plus 1. That's what we are going to have when you expand this one. I know you are familiar with something of this nature from our previous examples. All right, so we shall be using what we got here as the expansion of this. So that will now give us m squared plus 2m plus 1. Then we'll go to this other one. M times 3m will give us what? Plus 3m squared. Then m times minus 1 will give us minus m all over the LCM, which is 3m minus 1, m plus 1. So let's now go further to collect like terms. You can see this one m squared, this one m squared, so they are like terms. We can bring them together. That would be m squared plus 3m squared because both of them have m squared, m squared. Then this one and this one are like terms, plus 2m, then minus 1m. Then when I have a single number standing on its own, that is plus 1, all over the LCM, which is 3m minus 1, m plus 1. So let's bring them together. 1m squared plus 3m squared will give us 4m squared. Then 2m minus 1m will give us only 1m left, plus 1, all over then our LCM 3m minus 1, m plus 1. This becomes the solution to the question because there's nothing we can do further here. We can't simplify further. That becomes the solution to this particular one. You can watch the video once again. You can watch it once again. Go scroll back and watch it again to understand it even much better. You can, chat me on the comment section if there is any area of concern so that I'll be able to clarify that for you. Now let's move to the next question. This is question number 3, which is exactly what we have here. So what we do is exactly the same approach we used in number 1. All right, so that will not be the LCM is what we have to find. The LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. That is the lowest common multiple of both numbers. So 6 divided by 2 will give us 3. 3 multiply this will give us 3 brackets 3a plus 2. Then minus 6 divided by 3 will give us 2. 2 multiply this will give us 2 brackets a minus 2. So let's open the bracket. 3 times 3a will give us 9a plus 3 times 2 will give us 6. That will give us 6. Minus 2 times a will give us minus 2a. All right. Then minus times minus gives us plus. Then 2 times 2 will give us 4 all over 6. So what do we do next? To collect like term, we have 9a, then minus 2a, then plus 6 plus 4 all over 6. So finally, 9a minus 2a will give us 7a plus 10 all over 6. That becomes the result of this particular question. This is the answer to this number 3. Then we move to number 4. In number 4, we are now dealing with an equation. Look at number 1, there is no equal sign in it, so it's an expression. Number 2, the same, is an expression, no equal sign. Number 3 is an expression, no equal sign. But number 4 and number 5, there is an equal sign there. That makes it an equation. When there is an equal sign in such a question, you call it an equation because there is an equal sign. These ones are expressions. So in this case, all we need to do, we can do the same by finding the LCM of the denominators. That is the first thing we do. Unlike this very one, we find the LCM and write it as a denominator. But in the case of this one, we will not be writing it as a denominator. Look at how we do that. Let's first of all establish what the LCM of 4, 6y, and 3y is. Let's find the LCM. The normal way we find the LCM of numbers. Here, we are to find the LCM of 4, 6y, 4, 6y, and 3y. So, in LCM, we look for the smallest number that can divide. So, 2 divide 4 will give us 2. 2 divide this will give us 3y. 2 cannot divide this, so you bring it down. 2 can still divide this will give us 1. 2 cannot divide this, we write 3y. 2 cannot divide this, write 3y. So, 3 can go as a number. So, 3 cannot divide, bring it down. 3 divide this will give us y. 3 here will give us y as well. All right, so y can divide, so that will not be y, 1, y divide this 1, y divide this 1. So the LCM becomes all the numbers that we have here. That will be 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by y. 2 times 2 will give us 4. 4 times 3 will give us 12. 12 times y will give us 12y. So the LCM of the denominator 4, 6y, and 3y is 12y. That is the LCM. So what does that mean? We have the LCM as 12y. So you use the LCM to multiply each of these fractions. How do we do that? That is by starting here. 12y divided by 4. The difference between this one called equation and that of this one is that while solving this, you have to first of all write the LCM as a denominator before you now begin to simplify the up ones. Then you'll be able to have a fraction. You end up having a fraction in your result. But having an equation, you end up having a single number as your answer. So 12. So as I said earlier, the LCM of 4, 6y, 3y is 12y. So we take it one fraction after another. 12y divided by 4, like I said before, 12y divided by 4. When you divide it, 4 divided 12 will give us 3. So we are left with 3y. So let's take it again. 12y divided by 4 will give us 3y. So 3y multiply 1 will give us 3y. Then we'll move to the next. 12y divided by 6y. Here, y will cancel out y. Then 6 divided 12 will give us 2. So we are left with 2. Therefore, 12y divided by 6y will give us 2. So 2 times 5 will give us 10. 12y divided by 3y will give us 4. So 4 multiply 4 will give us 16. So we collect like terms. That will now be 3y is equal to 16. Minus 10 moving over to the other side become plus 10. So we now have it as 3y is equal to 26. We divide both sides by the coefficients of y, which is now y is equal to 26 divided by 3. So y is equal to, that will be 8 whole number, 2 over 3. That is leaving your answer in a mixed fraction form. So this is exactly how we tackle number 4. Let's now move to number 5 question. Question number 5 is another equation, just like number 4, because there is an equal sign there. The same way we tackled question number 4, that's exactly the same approach we'll be using in question number 5. So the LCM of 3 and 6 is 6, because 6 can swallow 3. So the LCM, the lowest common multiple of 3 and 6 is 6. So just like we did in the fourth question, so we are to take it a fraction after another. So 6 divided by 3 will give us 2. 2 multiply the whole of this will give us 2 bracket 5c plus 3 equal to, or not equal to, then we move to the next fraction, that is a minus. We move to the next fraction because we still have another term here. So 6 divided by 6 will give us 1. So 1 multiply the whole of this will still give us something, but you have to present it in brackets because of this sign here, and you are dealing with an expression. So that will now be 4c plus 4. Then 6 multiply 0. That will give us 0. So this is exactly how that of equation looks, unlike a fraction, whereby we have to find the LCM, and the LCM will be maintained throughout the solving process. Now, let's open the bracket. 2 multiply 5c will give us 10c. 2 multiply plus 3 will give us plus 6. Minus 1 times 4c will give us minus 4c. Then minus times plus will give us minus. 1 times 4 will give us 4, equal to 0. All right, so now we collect like terms. Here we have a 10c minus 4c. Let's collect the like term. Minus 4c, then plus 6 minus 4. We are collecting the like terms. So from here, we have a 10c minus 4c will give us 6c. Then 6 minus 4 will give us 2 equal to 0. So we collect like term by taking 2 to the other side of the equation. Then 6c is equal to negative 2. Got positive 2 moving over across the equal sign, that changes sign. So c is now equal to minus 2 over 6, which we can reduce to the lowest term. So to do that, 2 divide itself, that will give us 1. 2 divide 6 will give us 3. So the final result will now be minus 1 over 3. And that is the answer to this particular one. So that is the 5 question revision question for JSS 3 for today. All right, so we'll be coming up with more questions that will make you to understand mathematics even much better. Thank you for listening.